Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So one of my resolutions for 2024 is to seriously think hard about checking out of the Phoenix area and perhaps out of the United States and perhaps to heaven, because of some differences that I have in life with other people that have made life very, very challenging here in the Phoenix area. A couple weeks ago, or actually now 2 months ago now, I was at a board game meetup when these people drove me insane. You see, the leader, he didn't want to play this board game with me, but he decided to be passive aggressive about it. We had known each other for 6, 7 months at this point. He knows I have food allergies. He knows I'm not going to be able to sit next to him while he eats a big bag of who knows what, right? I have eczema, milk allergies, and he had been playing this game, and I had been waiting for him to finish that game. In fact, I had been pacing around that game store, looking really foolish myself, waiting 2-3 hours. He had 2 or 3 hours to eat whatever crap he wanted to eat. Instead, he waits for me. First of all, he didn't even play the game that I wanted to play. I was hoping to play Ticket to Ride Berlin. He wanted to play Splendor, which is fine with me, except he decides that was the best moment in time to open a bag of Cheetos. And long story short, he didn't want to play with me. And the other frustration I had this holiday season was that it's really hard to find events that don't revolve around loud environments and alcohol and all that. One thing I do have working for me here in Phoenix is that it's a lot easier to be accepted for being solosexual. That wasn't so true back in Seattle. Seattle was more open to disabilities and dietary restrictions. Phoenix, people think that you're weak if you have dietary restrictions, but Phoenix is a lot more open to solosexuals. I'm not so sure how they handle same-sex couples. I think pretty well, though. I was I teach at Phoenix College. We have quite a few of them there. Not so much at Grand Canyon University because they're religious over there. In fact, I sometimes hesitate about sharing my the diversity there. But I learned that Phoenix has one of the highest drinking rates here in the country, and that's kind of bad news for stuff that I want to get involved in. It's very hard to meet people without drinking. Now, I don't want to have a romance with somebody, but I do want a life partner. My inspiration was watching Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, and Taylor attending the football games, and Travis supporting her with the tours and all that. I don't believe them to be a romantic couple, by the way. Well, time will tell, but my other inspiration was Mary and Pierre Curry, obviously, and how they supported each other in the research. I recently watched a movie that dramatized it, and it showed the scene where Mary first discovered that pitch-blende ore, uranium ore, was more reactive than uranium metal, and she hypothesized that there were other radioactive materials. She was like, "Pierre, look what I found." And I wish I had somebody to do that with every time I discovered something in my research, right? With the computer games, with the art projects. Unfortunately, a lot of times, well, I internally shout it to myself, right? But I wish I could have somebody I can't seem to do that in Phoenix. One day after a frustrating party involving loud noises, I decided to look for job opportunities in other cities around the area, and I sent a couple resumes to another school in Salt Lake City, Utah. Salt Lake is more they drink a whole lot less. I don't like the weather there. That's the thing, the population seems to be okay, a little bit younger than here in the Phoenix area. I also looked at opportunities in Taiwan, where my family is from, and I'm still close friends with a Ukrainian refugee I met 2 years ago, and I may consider moving there. Ukraine is not very accepting to LGBTQ. I'm not sure about solosexuals, though. Um, and obviously they drink a lot, but I don't think they get rowdy and drunk though. They're so that could be I'll have to see. I've never traveled to Ukraine, obviously. I may do so at some point. Anyway, 2024, and then we got intermittent fasting, and whether or not I want to take that to a fasting grand finale where I fly off to heaven, right? I'll have to seriously think about that again, because I feel so happy-go-lucky every time I fast. I really do want to just fly off to heaven during one of those fasts, especially during a dry fast, right? All right. So 2024, I'll think about moving either out of the state, out of the country, or to heaven altogether. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.